Hey Primary 6 Math Prodigies, this is Coach Saiful with your daily dose of math mastery, and today we're going to go into question number 2 of your assessment paper 5 on circles. Okay, so this question, the next question that we're going to look at is actually a pretty common question. Okay, let's read this together. It says a swimming pool was surrounded by a footpath of width 2 meters. So imagine this is a swimming pool, a circular swimming pool with water in it and people swimming in it, okay? And on the side is actually a footpath. In other words, for your feet to walk. So people walk around here, before they step into the swimming pool. There'll be parents around there, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it was surrounded by a footpath of width 2 meters. Find the area of the footpath if the diameter of the swimming pool is 12 meters. Okay, so let's look at the common mistakes first before we go into how to do this. The common mistake that most students make is that they do this. Okay, let me just draw this out for you quickly. So this is our blue color swimming pool, and we have a brown color footpath. Just imagine it's a brown color footpath. Okay, and what they do is this. You see, they say, oh, this is 12 meters. So therefore, to find the area, just simply pi r squared, pi 12 squared. Is that correct or not? No, because 12 is what? It's the diameter. Okay, that's the first mistake. The second mistake that students make usually is this. They said, oh, since this is 12, and since this is 2, of course, the radius will be 6 and 1, right? Therefore, the area is actually pi r squared, which is in this case equals to pi 6 minus 1 squared, which is pi 5 squared. Is that correct? Let me ask you first. Is that correct? No, because when you find pi 5 squared, you're actually saying, oh, this circle minus this circle gives me what? It gives me the inside. So you see, yeah, this is a 6, right? So you take this one. You minus 1 it means you're imagining that the footpath is within. And so you will get something that looks a bit like this. Which is that a footpath? No. So that is definitely not the way to do it. Okay, another mistake that most students make is they say, oh, since the pi r is since it's 6 and 1 here, so therefore it's very simple lah. So that means all you have to do is take your radius as 1, pi 1 squared. Is that the answer? No, because when you take pi 1 squared, what do you get? You don't get this. What you get is, you get somewhere like that, with a radius of 1. So if you imagine this is the swimming pool and this is the footpath, you get this, which is definitely wrong. Okay, if you're looking for bullseye, maybe you're right, but that's definitely wrong. Okay, so for how do we do this? How we do this is to find the area of the bigger circle minus the area of the smaller circle. In this case, pi what squared? 6 plus 1, you find the whole thing. So pi times 7 squared. Okay, in this case, what do you want them to take? Pi s? 3.14. So therefore, 3.14 times what? 7 times 7 is 49. So therefore, let's just take this. 3.14 times 49, which gives me 153.86. 153.86 cm squared. How about the smaller circle? It's pi r squared equals to pi 6 squared. Equals to 3.14 times 36, which gives you what? 3.14 times 36 gives you 113.04. Okay, so the area of footpath. Okay, by the way, you must write down, I'm being lazy here, but you must write down that this is the area of the swimming pool. And sorry, this is not area swimming pool, this is area swimming pool. And this is the area of the whole compound. Up to you lah, want to call it what? Okay, and this area of the footpath is equals to 153.86 minus 113.04. Therefore, what do you get? Oops. 0.04 gets you the answer of 40.82. So if you got that one right, I'm going to give you a big high five and say you are a math prodigy. Good job, okay? So that's it. That's basically it. Yeah? Oh, sorry, meter squared. Okay, meter squared, meter squared, meter squared. Okay, so that is the answer. Bam. And with that, I'm going to remind you of our quote of the week, which is what you focus on expands. If you think circles is easy, guess what? It's going to become easy. Let me ask you a question, in school, what kind of topics or what kind of subjects do you like? You will usually like the ones that you do well in. For example, let's think about this. If you are someone who is good in, let's say, science, okay, and what's going to happen? You're going to do it and you're going to get it right, right? Your answers are going to be right and you're going to get a high score on that topic or on that subject, okay? And the first time around, you're like, wow. And if the second time happens again, you're going to say, wow, I'm really good at this. And that is going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. What that means is you're going to repeat to yourself over and over again, and it becomes, oh, I'm just good at math. I'm just good at science. I don't know why. And because you repeat it over and over again, you begin to believe it. And when you believe it, what you focus on expands, and it becomes your belief, your true strong belief. Same thing happens with math, for example. For those of you who feel like you're not good in math, you keep saying it over and over again, and you keep seeing the results as you keep failing or something, you keep doing not so good, you're going to say, oh, I'm not good at math. And then you stop doing the work. When you stop doing the work, what happens? You are definitely going to become bad at math because you don't do the practice. So therefore, what I say is what you focus on expands is really, really, really true. So keep that in mind and just focus on the positive things, on things that you want to happen in your life, not on things that you don't want to happen in your life. With that, this is Coach Saiful signing off saying you are a math prodigy. Good job.